Right there. That's what you want, isn't it?
That's production value. Here we go, live into the map, Chaos FPX. This is cool. This is coming down to crunch time for all of these teams as trying to vie for a playoff spot. So now the points matter a whole lot. Dapper, PTR, John G, Mitch, Crashies, FPX, the newest roster added into Flashpoint 1.
They are. They're going to be starting on the T side as well, and Sick could have maybe almost had that kill. A lot of stepping around at the top of Banana right now, so they're being quite audible on the CT side. Now the smoke will at least give them some time. Steel dropping down to 29, but over here Cam only took a slight bit of damage. He's got the chicken with him as well, so he'll be fine.
It's a tough angle though. He's got to hit that first shot. Ooh, he gets a nice one onto Mitch, but the jump has already been made. It took his attention out of control, and Voltage now in the bomb site, trying to do what he can, and they're going to be locked out behind this smoke. A 3-on-4 retake for Chaos, and Steel is already basically dead.
Yeah, especially in a pistol round. I don't know, they had two people at the A-bomb side, but they weren't able to help each other once that first guy had cleared the corner and jumped down. It's almost like you have to stop that before it even starts. And they weren't able to. And they're going to back on out, just saving the armor and the defuse kit that they have on Vanity. So I don't think that's really an unreasonable choice, but good head there for FPX. That was there's a lot of force behind that. They were just showing themselves the top banana and then running back to A, but they followed through. Yeah,
very, very basic stuff, and it works perfectly. Nice little pop flash. Good opening jump.
Yeah.
Out of the halls. I don't actually know who made the jump.
I am not sure either. I'll be honest, I was partly focusing on the chicken.
The important things.
Listen, it's a little bit early.
Yeah, that chicken was just chilling.
It was in the middle of it. I was getting worried.
Yeah, he didn't give a damn about the gunfight going on.
It was Crashies, by the way, who was making that jump.
Way to go, Crashies. He had a really good game on Train when we casted them previously.
Yes.
And then he kind of fell off the rest of the series, but it was a good opening
yeah, he was
map.
playing Pop Dog on Train.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, and he was just wrecking people. Who was that against?
I
don't remember. It
was like I should remember.
It was a nice big upset win.
But I don't.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago, so, you know, we'll forgive you. And me.
He's trying to shift it all over.
Brought it back. I didn't leave you out there hanging.
I appreciate it.
Didn't
really do.
sell you down the river.
Scout, CC, and a bunch of deagles, and armor and some grenades as well. 3 smoke grenades. Vanity and Steel have 2 of them in the B bomb site, which is not that much, but I mean, if you hold on to them for long enough, it can still make a difference.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see when they force the smokes out of their hands, how long they can hold on to them. Vanity with his 1 smoke, and really no pressure being applied by FPX anywhere on the map to force any kind of the smokes into the choke points early. So, I mean, unfortunately, Chaos, they don't have all 5, but they can still run the clock down pretty decently low.
And Voltage, I don't know. If he ran right now, maybe he could. I'm kind of Steel and Vanity. How do they get rid of their smokes?
Vanity used one of his just where he's standing. I believe he's playing inside of his own smoke. I'm not sure when Steel used his. But either way, they're both gone at the B bomb site. It won't matter because the hit is going to be over towards A. 1 smoke on Cam. That's inside the bomb site. Likely put it down towards the plant spot to give himself some cover. But it won't matter if his teammates get slaughtered. He's sick, gets 2 tags, can't complete any of the kills. And now your smoke Cam, it doesn't matter. You're going to die.
Stole around him. Woo! Nice headshot. But again, there's nowhere to stand inside of it. Looked cool, though.
Takes one down with him. You got to love that fight.
Yeah, at least one of you is gonna be going down with me. Good attitude to have. And Steel and Vanity, you're right. Never really mattered what was happening on that side. I almost wondered for a second if throwing the HE grenade over the wall out into the car there, if that even could help buy a little bit of time, like, you know, might help buy another 5 seconds for you to not use the smoke.
Yeah.
And they could have had Voltage rotate over to throw that smoke as well if he wanted to use an archway. None of it really matters in the end, I guess. So we'll see what they do in the next round, but they didn't really get much out of it. Only John G going down, and he had a back.
And even he was kind of a fortunate kill, wasn't it, from Cam?
Yeah,
it's just like a desperation. Got 1 shot before I go down. 2-0 for FPX. Nice start to the map for them.
And we'll see how long before Chaos are let back in the map here. I think this is one of those strange maps sometimes where the CT side can actually go on a horrible dive in the beginning if you don't win that first rifle round.
Yeah.
It doesn't. I don't think it happens a lot, but sometimes you just see these terrible games where you know the map overall ends up like 16-4, and whenever I see that scoreline, I just always assume that's what happened. You know.
Yeah.
You get that fourth or third round crumble, and it's never a good time.
Ooh, nice double nade. Steel and Vanity tagged up a little bit. Not going to back off. Again, a quiet start for FPX for the most part. Pretty cautiously taking control of halls at the moment. A nice stack from Sick, Voltage, and Cam right outside Boiler and Lane. But again, with just pistols, there's not a whole lot of strength. Even though there's manpower here, not a whole lot of stopping power in this setup.
Maybe, especially not when they're jumping out like that. That means they're first boxed in from middle. Again, if you're the first guy clearing the corner in those A apartments and you jump down into either the site or pit, one shot out. So hard for the CT players to do much of anything. It's like they have that one really narrow angle to cover, but once you're out, you can just imagine that angle fans out into being, you know, almost the full 180. And that's not really that great if you're trying to defend it. Vanity in a 1 versus 5, he's not going to take anyone with him. So a bunch of successful rounds here. I think 3 kills with the MAC-10s in this round. You see the money there on PTR, 7,400 on him. They've got so much to work with here. Chaos gonna have to try and shut that down really early on here. They picked up the AWP and Voltage to try and do it. Doesn't exactly have the mid spawn if you wanted to go for the fight, which people don't generally want to do anyway.
No, it's not really an interesting fight for a lot of people. Sick and Vanity to go to the B bomb site. Steel's gonna head over towards A. Him and Vanity with just 1 death so far in the game. And a deep Molotov down from Steel before he backs off the angle. Voltage looks like he wants to have an off angle towards mid, and nobody fighting for Banana from Chaos' side.
Okay, I'm going to be falling a little bit further back. Didn't really want to stick around. Might be detrimental here. They might try and go for the exact same jump with the MAC-10s. It actually makes a lot of sense. The smoke is going to be going down. What timing for it. They thought they could beat it. Steel even shooting through the smoke to take down PTR. That's an amazing start. Cam finding a 3rd kill, and they know John G's in the middle. Could be a quad here, and it will be. That's an amazing round out of Cam.
Yeah, really good round from Cam. Nice job. First round on the board for Chaos. The defense holds very strong.
I actually think it makes so much sense to take the MAC-10s to try and take that fight. But the smoke timing and the fact that he got the rifle out, I don't even mind that they tried to run through because it was right on top of them. But, you know, I don't know, that was like less than half a second. If he hadn't got the rifle out just in time for that,
yeah,
that could be the round-winning move.
It's the game of margins, the game of like a half second right there. Voltage, this time he's gonna not take the peek, but he does jump across for information, sees a little bit. And again, Dapper's gonna control Banana far back. I wonder how long Sick is gonna stick around, and not very long is the answer. Good shot from Voltage.
Taking down Crashes, yeah. He was alone up there with the ult. Normally, if you want to go into the A apartments with an AWP, you'll bring someone with you that can bodyguard you with a rifle. He was there on his own, which is a little bit risky, I suppose. What did they do now? What is the... I mean, classically, if you lose a player on Inferno, you go B.
Yeah, well, I mean, that might be the only option they have. Voltage and Cam are both in A halls at the moment, which can be a pretty powerful setup if they try and come back. And even Steel now, he's just leaving them. Not even watching Rap side. He's going to cheat to the B-bomb site. Or, I mean, maybe he's not cheating. Maybe he just has a very good read and knows what's coming.
He's got I think, a good read. He's got a flashbang and a Molotov as well.
Molotov, yeah, that Molotov on the stairs will be absolutely brutal if this hit comes in. And it looks like that's exactly...
He's definitely going to know. Steel. Oh, actually, Vanity going down. Steel will get a kill on John D at the very least. Sick immediately down, so the defense inside of the bomb site not really holding at all. Nice hit. That actually almost killed Mitch, but it doesn't matter. The bomb's gone down, and what a disaster.
Yeah, well, especially that two-man defense, Vanity and Sick, they do not have any cohesion in that defense on this attack. One goes down at Coffin's isolated fight. Other one's at Second Oranges. They had no chance to work together. So even the fact that Steel was there, it's still a very disjointed defense. PTR with the ult, gonna try and get aggressive to stop the retake. Misses his chance on Cam, but Dapper's got him covered. And there go all 3 members of Chaos trying to retake. A 4th round for FPX.
And a great round from Dapper. He's 7-1 right now. He just shut down the last 3 players trying to get in there.
Dapper's going to be someone to watch.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yep, he is. He's got a lot of excitement around him, a lot of potential. Another very skilled, younger NA player. Obviously delivering here at the start against Chaos.
I still feel like that's one of those rounds that's gonna be hard to explain, and you know, I could imagine Steel on TeamSpeak at the current point in time, you know, not being too happy about that one.
No, I mean, listen, it was a good round from Dapper, but that defense was, I mean, I'm just going to say atrocious. It just was not a solid defense for Chaos at that B bomb site. You should be able to shut that hit down, especially when your player rotating. The third guy has a Molotov and a flashbang.
Yeah.
But because there's no teamwork or cohesion, there's no way to take advantage of the utility that Steel was bringing over to the table.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I mean, at the very least, they should be able to trade and then, you know, get into a little bit of a better position, but it didn't really work out that way. 6th round, and not that much to fight back with on the Chaos side. So I mean, we were talking about the potential collapse and how that can sometimes happen on Inferno when you're on the CT side. That's kind of what they're walking into right now, Chaos. Unless they can find a miracle in this round, they're going to be quite far behind. John G will get the 1 kill, and close up was Voltage. Could have actually had the double kill there, and that would have been at least a little bit interesting.
I think John G's going to want to bail out of this position. The question is, does he grab the AWP or does he grab the weapon that Crashy's dropped? And yes, he just tosses it away. Doesn't want to let them recover it, and a good choice because Sick just got aggressive. All the meanwhile, while this has been going on, FPX is creeping up Banana. And they have a 2-on-1 against an SMG. Vanity is going to get hit real hard.
Maybe not. There's only 20 seconds left. The smoke goes down. They're going to be falling back instead. And that's a good call. Cam is alone, and even with 15 seconds, I don't think he can hold them all off forever, basically. Good kill there on John G, but still 10 seconds, and they're just going to double up on him. And I think if they'd gone through, that might have been very dangerous.
Yeah, that smoke came out just at the perfect time. And obviously, I mean, also a good call from FPX very quickly to just call for the rotation. Sick and Vanity are going to go for this, a 2-on-2, and it's not very deep into the bomb timer. They have no utility, and they have PTR with an AWP. Holding the bomb site. I think here, Sick is still going to see if he can find anything, but it might be a great opportunity for him to just fall back, and it's too late now.
Yeah, I mean, hard to blame them. That did look like it was going to be a very close round. Yeah, he's going to be making a run for it now. That smoke that was put up outside of B was from Sick. You were pointing out that he, you know, was peeking in the middle. That's how he knew that no one was really there. So
did he pick that smoke up off of a body, or did he have one into the
That's a good question. I didn't actually spot that, but that's a little detail that's worth going back and almost looking at.
Yeah, that was a god tier smoke at the B bomb site. 5-1 for FPX. Really piling it on, and this is an important round for Chaos to plant their feet and get going in this game. Again, losing this and you start getting reset constantly, it can just be so painful. Double up setup for the defense. They've got all the utility in the world. And that losing bonus is, I think it's probably maxed out at this point, and indeed it is. So they'll be getting $3,400 with a round loss.
Double orb on Inferno on the CT side. It's been done before, but you always have to worry about those retakes. Steel going to be boosting his teammate up into the middle, trying to see if they get the angle. That is a very quick shot coming out from Voltage. He seems to be on point, taking out PTR.
Well, it seemed very fast because we didn't get a chance for a rebuttal from PTR, but you have to wonder if he scoped in, if he even saw the boost whatsoever.
Yeah.
Might have been just right over his scope. Ooh, and Vanity can't get it done. The secondary up falls. A flashbang around this corner would be perfect, but there's no trade. There's no spacing. No one is following up on John G's play. Oh, but it doesn't matter. Sick swings wide behind his own smoke, and the hit is on. FPX need to just push into this bomb site.
Well, the Molotov is doing a bit, but it's put up pretty swiftly, and they're going to try and see if they can keep Steel from doing much of anything. Nice headshot coming out, and he'll follow it up, taking down Mitch. That's such a beautiful take. Otherwise, they'd have to try and find the retake with the bomb down all of a sudden. And now it's Dapper in a 1 versus 2. He's already taken down Steel, but how do you get the bomb plant? And waiting around actually buys them a lot of time to get closer.
I think Dapper just put himself in a really difficult spot. That smoke clears as he huddles himself into this corner, so now it's a battle as soon as he wants to exit. And the guy on the other side of this fight is Voltage holding an angle with an AWP. So not an ideal scenario. Dapper checking his flank as well, but he's just going to walk easily into the crosshair. And that's a nice quick shot from Voltage. 2 kills in the round for him.
Hard to play those, you know, clutch situations, but, you know, we could definitely tell from the minimap, obviously, going straight for the bomb plant would have probably been the wiser move. It's hard to say when you're in the server, right? But,
yeah, I think it's just a move to box yourself in. But again, it was like a 1-on-3 at one point. That's just a little bit unfair of nitpicking, isn't it?
And
I mean, not that I don't mind doing it, but
no, we obviously have to do it. But he also had no smokes or anything. Like, he couldn't actually even flash himself out. There was a lot of things that were not great about that
I couldn't
scenario.
tell if he was like looking for an op or looking for a weapon or looking for a smoke to help himself out towards the end when he got into that first Orange's position. But certainly when that smoke fades, he knew he was in some trouble.
Some utility being used by Chaos, but not a lot early on. Again, there are some CT sides that almost dump, you know, all of the B grenades into Banana in the first 5 seconds of the round. But that's not really what's happening, at least so far, for Vanity and Sick over on that side. Actually, Sick has used a fair bit, but Vanity is at least holding on to his for the moment, which I really appreciate. Voltage has been great with the AWP, at least for a couple of kills, and he'll take down Mitch as well and fall back around the corner. He's got some backup with him. They don't have any control of Arch, which is really scary when you look at the minimap, though. Steel starting to get back in there, but you don't want to leave that open for that A defense to get crunched from both sides.
When do they pull the trigger? Voltage starting to do really well with this AWP. 2 opening picks in back-to-back rounds. Gonna try and boost up on the flower pots, but it's a little bit difficult. Now they're making noises, and they just give it up after that footstep. So they're gonna need utility, but they just don't have it. 1 Molotov, 1 flashbang, and Voltage, she got lured out into the open. Now Cam is in some trouble. He goes down to a headshot, and incredible trades again. The initial defense on that attack is just so atrocious. It's exactly what betrayed Chaos previously during a B bomb site hit as well.
Yeah, and I don't even think there's any excuse for it, to be quite honest. I'm not 100% sure why Voltage wanted to stand that far in, because the previous position that he was in, if he'd missed the shot then, he could have just backed out.
Yeah, you get the safety of the bomb site.
So that would have been fine.
And then you're fighting at a choke point where your teammate can help you from the broken wall.
I think Cam put down the smoke smartly to obviously block off the Molotov, and it worked. It did stop the Molotov, but he also actually blocked his own view from that player. He probably could have kept shooting, and he would have been fine. Wow, they're really being angry about it.
Janji actually shot that dead body, spent that time knowing he was going to die. That's commitment to the cause.
Maybe he's just feeling that good. He's not that rich yet, but yeah, why not? Sending a statement, I'm willing to, even though you're dead.
Willing to die to shame you.
I've already won, and I'm still gonna try and, you know, pour some salt in the wound.
I like it.
Regardless, that kind of a defense really worries me, because I think they were in a great position. I don't think everything would have been working out fine. I don't know why he would overstep. I think Cam should have at least had the 1 kill. Don't know if they would have won the round behind that, but there were a bunch of things that had me really, really worried about that defense.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine until he overstepped and overextended, right? And that's just, I mean, maybe it's a case of where I don't think it was a misread as much. It was the fact that he probably wanted to get involved in some action, wanted to go find some more glory kills.
Yeah, that could be, but that's where I'm kind of looking at Steel to, you know,
rein it in.
Yeah.
Bring out the belt.
Because usually, exactly, that's what I expect out of any team that Steel is going to be on, right? There's got to be some discipline in that kind of in that area. I mean, it could just be it's early on in the game. It's the first map in a best of 3, so maybe it's going to change. But
maybe his coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
Maybe it hasn't. Regardless, they're running out of time incredibly quickly to try and change this around. 6-2 is a very good start for FPX. They're on the T side of Inferno. They're going to really need to work some magic to bring this back.
Especially if you can't put rounds together. This is 2 rounds of Chaos as 1, but they're not, you know, strung together in any way. So it's just a constant, you know, reset every time you invest, and now you're down. And even though the losing bonus is building up, on the CT side, you can't buy every single round the way you can on the T side with that losing bonus.
And some of these rounds, right, they're rounds where, again, Voltage picks up an early AWP kill. They had the good defense already, but they should have had the good defense to be the previous
This
round.
setup is wild. I don't know if Vanity realizes that he's just a free kill if someone turns the corner where Mitch is. If Mitch just comes out here and looks right, he's dead. His teammates aren't actually covering this escape, and I don't... Oh, he is around the corner.
No, but his gun barrel's probably going to be showing, isn't it? Or at least it's early enough for Mitch, surely, yeah. There we go.
So weird. So weird, and Mitch might get a triple. He doesn't want to press the issue. He did get dinked, and he's going to fall back. He's going to get taken out. AK recovered, and AWP could be recovered as well.
Probably slightly overthought that, didn't he? Could have just stuck around, I think, with the Glock even, and would have been fine, but the running away part was probably what got him killed. 6 started to rotate back, and weirdly, it's a 3-on-3. Still with not that much utility or anything else on Chaos, but they've got that open pit, and this could actually work for them.
Yeah, they've got the M4, and that's going to come to Library maybe at the perfect moment. Oh, I wonder if they can hear those footsteps. Janji's certainly going to go down. You have to imagine as soon as this shot comes in, oh, they're both going to go down. They line up. That's perfect timing for Sick. And there's the op shot, missed chance. PTR's inside the bomb site, and that almost lands through the smoke. And he's looking for something desperate. It's not going to happen. Good triple kill from Sick.
Man, as much as I kind of wanted Chaos to win the other round where they had to set up at the A-bomb site, I don't know if they should have necessarily been the ones winning this. Now I'm feeling awkward about FPX too. It's all gone a little bit weird. That was a bit of a strange round. I think Mitch could have easily had that triple kill. I think he was just, you know, overthinking it.
Yeah, well, the dink that he takes is probably a bit of a scary sound for him in that moment. And also, once he looks down and sees 12 HP, he's not so interested in the fight. But yeah, you're right. He might have been able to bully a little bit more. Still, it's the rotation from Sick that does everything. Yeah,
that was really well timed, and obviously as they were lining up.
That's like the lifeboat that Sick just delivered.
Yeah,
that's like Chaos about to be buried, and you just get that one little saving grace.
Yeah, so now they need to make it work, right? If they could get up, I think if they get 9-6, then that's the turnaround that I'm kind of looking for here.
Oh, you're thinking Chaos needs to go on a 6-round run here to close this out.
I really do. I really think that's what we need.
Okay.
And they have all the tools for it, as far as I can tell. I think they've made good calls. They've had Voltage opening up a bunch of rounds. Like, they have all the fundamentals to make this a good CT side. That's why I'm sounding extra annoyed that they're losing some of these bomb sites, because they shouldn't be.
Well, it's the two. I mean, the two heartbreaking ones towards the A-bomb side and towards the B-bomb side. Once both sides have, you know, as good fundamentals as they've had on a team scale, individually they've broken that at certain points, and that's what's backfired the most. Pretty decent nade, doesn't do any massive damage to one player, but it chips down a lot of players, and here comes the flash. Vanity a little bit blind, no gun out. He has to back away, and again, the defense. These two defenders just cannot seem to find a way to have both of their guns out at the same moment.
No, they really can't, and increasingly, I could tell you this is going to be a fair bit of shouting going on that CT side, because this is kind of getting ridiculous. Oh, you can shoot through that, and Vanity will do it. PTR seemingly standing still, thinking, you know what? If I don't move, the bullets can't see me. No, wait, that's not how that works.
That turned you on.
It did.
Don't lie.
It definitely did. Cam goes down to Dapper, though, but he's alone in yellow, and with the max 10, that's never going to work out. Nice round out of Vanity. Most especially did enjoy that wall bang right through. People mess that up all the time, Jason, and it's annoying.
Not Vanity.
Not Vanity. You know why they mess it up?
Why is that?
It's because when you're looking at sort of how that glass is framed, like you've got those like really sort of thin columns of glass almost, it looks to people like you should be able to shoot at an angle, but you can't, because what looks like a really thin frame is actually, like, the width of it through the window is super thick. So when you try and shoot at an angle, you're just shooting straight into a wall.
Yeah.
And actually you're shooting into two walls whenever people try and do it. So it doesn't work at all. You need to learn that angle pretty hard if you want to do it.
Yeah, you need to get real sweaty, nerdy.
Yeah. Spend some hours.
Just mouth breathing and spamming through the windows.
Listen, everyone's quarantined anyway. Now is the perfect time for it.
You have all the time in the world to learn all the spam spots.
Now, I'll tell you something really nerdy.
Yeah, I'm excited.
That box that PTR was standing up against.
Which one?
The one over at the B-bomb site.
Okay.
Yeah, DJ will find it. This one.
Yeah.
You see how there's like an indentation where the two boxes are stacked on top of each other?
Yeah.
You can shoot through that into dark.
Okay. With what weapon?
With I think you do with an AK even. You don't have to use the AWP.
So when you're retaking a bomb site, just face plant yourself into that box and just start shooting and hope it connects.
I mean, if they're all the way in the corner, it's not going to work. But if they're a little bit further out, which people are like half the time, it can work. Again, it's 1 in 100 million, so probably definitely not worth learning. You should do it anyway.
It's the fact that you have to put your face into a corner that really scares me. Hold the phone. Might get an entrance into the bomb site to at least get a plant. PTR might find some safety, and indeed he will. Extra 800 bucks.
He had his thumb on that button, didn't he? As he was dying.
The thumb is still there.
It's still there. The rest of him blown away. That's pretty good. I mean, getting that bomb plant in, they actually makes a bit difference in this upcoming buy. The $800 bonus definitely doing it for them. So 6-5. I still think it's, you know, hopefully this is a wake-up call for Chaos, because I still think they've been playing some sloppy Counter-Strike early on here.
Yeah, well, the nice thing about Chaos is they have that buffer now where they can sustain a loss and still have a full buy in the next round. So that's
no more losses allowed.
Yeah, that's got it. Well, apparently to Anders, you're not allowed to lose one more. Should we just disqualify them if they lose one more round?
Yeah, just take this map away from them at least.
Yeah, not allowed to play it anymore. Molotov down at the car. Ooh, there's the Opper. He's stuck behind the wall, which is very spammable, as you like to point out. And he is going to get away safely.
I wouldn't say safely. He's down to 31, isn't he?
Safely-ish.
As long as he can get to a hospital in a couple of minutes.
Safer than getting shot in the face through plywood.
True. Unsurprisingly, plywood doesn't do a lot to stop the bullets.
Not known for its strength.
It's like some of those videos you sometimes come across on the internet where people are testing out their own homemade, you know, vests for what do they call bulletproof vests? I guess they're not Kevlar vests because they're obviously not made of Kevlar.
I feel like homemaking bulletproof vests has got to be one of the dumbest endeavors you could take part in.
It happens. It happens, Jason. I was surprised the first time I saw it as well.
Not the 100th.
Later on, you're like, yeah, it's a whole culture of people doing this. Sick and Voltage over here. The problem is Voltage is going to get smoked off 100% of the time being in this position. And Sick is now also falling back. So I don't know what this... maybe they're going for a boost over it, but... I think they're
just going to back away and save the weapons.
Yeah.
I think they're just saying, let's all go to the 8-bomb site. There's a 1 HP player over there. They realize they can't retake, and they likely aren't in position to hold the site. So just give it up, give them a free round. If this was Anders' rules, they'd be disqualified. Thankfully, it's Flashpoint rules.
So they can
still play.
But they're gonna have to bear the weight of my disappointment, you know, as well. It's a lot right now.
The reason why I'm okay with this call is because they're essentially setting themselves up to have enough money for the rest of the half. You know, you don't have to rebuy 4 guns. You don't have to rebuy 3 guns if they'd lost both defenders. They already have a good amount of money in the bank, which is just going to grow a little bit more.
I'm happy about this call too, but only because it saves me from watching another terrible deep B defense. So, in that sense, I'm thankful.
Don't have to tear my eyes out.
B is just a bomb site for some reason that is very, very hard for some teams to sort of figure out properly, and even at a high level. And I don't know, like, it would be fun to have an in-depth discussion. Maybe we could phone up Sean Gaz or somebody else and have them sort of, you know, go through the theoretics behind it. Because it feels like some teams is like they hit a rhythm and then it all works for them with the B defense all the time. And some teams, and I think that's what we're seeing out of Chaos a little bit, you just every time you make a rotation, you know, you fall back, and that's exactly when the smokes come down. You're like, oh, okay. You don't get any kills over the smoke at the coffins. Like, it just, you know, there's something that's missing for some reason. And it's a bunch, even top teams have this issue, you know, every once in a while.
Oh, here's PTR challenging. Oh, God, that's a lot of nades coming in his direction. He's going to bail out. Dapper's burning as well. Finally puts the Molotov out, but he's still stuck inside the smoke for the moment. That's information, FPX. 3 players at the B bomb site, which is why they're hustling to get up mid at the moment. Op angle held by Voltage this time. Backing into the site. No mistakes in this round yet.
No, and they need to keep it that way. And they've been slowed down so much. I even like the Molotov going up. That's all fine. The one thing you just want to make sure of is that they don't suddenly rush the corner.
That's a perfect kill to force FPX back, because they were trying to hit a timing of where that rotator was coming back through CT spawn. Again, trying to hit a timing of returning back to the B bomb site, but they didn't have control of Banana, so that's why this is taking so much longer. That's why they're spending precious seconds boosting up. It's allowed to Sick get back here to the B bomb site at the perfect moment. There's only one smoke.
Yeah, but they could absolutely do this. They can hold the time. They're not going to put it up in time, though. Vanity all the way back. Here's a pretty good shot on Mitch, and he's going to try and get that smoke up so he can buy a little bit more space for himself. And they're already past, and he didn't realize. Dapper was already in yellow, able to pick up that kill. Now Sick taking a much more relaxed angle here. Going to try and go for a little bit of a kill. He almost takes down 2. I don't know if he knows, but this 4-on-3 retake, it should be possible. The problem, though, is the 2 AWPs that could definitely make life very, very tricky. Cam goes down. A missed shot there for Voltage, and now PTR has the angle. And that bomb is planted pretty quickly for FPX, so they might have a chance here to steal an 8th round. You could see the entire Chaos team frozen in place. Sick going down, Steel with 1 return at the very least, but it's still a 2-on-2. They're very, very low on health, but how do you find them at the back of the side? I don't think it's even possible at this point in time, and they're just going to have to fall back. Man, FPX winning a round by hitting the 1 bomb side that was very weak.
If they actually wanted to go for that round, Voltage needed to put his smoke out towards the B bomb site. It's going to smoke him off and not allow him to be involved in the action, but it at least lets him get close to actually try and retake that. But you can understand why he didn't want to turn that corner. He wasn't really feeling up for it. Good round from FPX. That is some quick calls, rotating between the bomb sites, and Chaos defense gets pulled thin. And again, 2 defenders actually there at the B site. One more time, no cohesion.
Yeah, none at all. Vanity had a smoke when he was at the coffins before Sick showed up, but Sick had another smoke. I think Vanity could have probably preemptively smoked it just to buy time for Sick to get even closer, and then they would have still had another one. And I don't know. There's just I'm liking nothing about this defense so far.
No,
I'm
like
really upset.
I'm not even worried about. I wasn't even thinking the utility. I haven't seen a clean fight yet where those two members of Chaos at the B bomb site have actually fought the opponents at the same choke point. Like they've never been able to combine at just the same fight, which is frustrating.
It's really frustrating
As a commentator to watch. It's probably frustrating as a teammate.
You ever picked up like a glass of something thinking that it was like, I don't know, like wine, but then it turns out it was Coke instead? So like, you know, your reaction is like, oh no, I can't believe, you know, this isn't what I thought it would be.
I've picked up a bottle of water thinking it was water, except it was vodka.
There we go.
There we are.
That's how I feel watching this Chaos team. I'm like, oh, it's like, you know, I keep having one set of expectations in my mind, but then
you take a big swig of water and you just taste cheap vodka. Shout out to college. 8-5 in the favor of FPX.
Could you tell me the difference? This is gonna maybe reveal a lot about me, but what is the difference between cheap vodka and expensive vodka? Doesn't it all just taste like vodka? Is there any difference?
Yeah, but some of it tastes like depression and hangover, and some of it tastes like vodka, which is disgusting.
Okay.
Just degrees of disgusting, really.
Is it the fact that you pay more for it that makes you, that just like it's all placebo?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not much of a vodka person, so I don't really know the science of vodka.
Okay. Someone can explain it to us, hopefully. Voltage with a chance for a cool lineup here if they all peak at the same time, but this time he's not going to get that opening kill. And even when he's gotten it in the past, remember, it's not actually resulted in that many victories. They're stacking over the A side, and again, FPX making a pretty big rotation. Might even be a bit of a tell for them now whenever they run into Voltage at that corner. They're like, okay, we kind of know what the defense might be like at this point in time.
Yeah, but, I mean, no one is rotated back to help Sick, which shouldn't be unusual for him. He's going to have another fight with no teammate to bail him out. We'll see how he does. Lined up in the back of the bomb site. Now, if someone from FPX just runs into that corner, puts their face into the box, and starts shooting, it might be possible.
There's the Molotov. He's in so much trouble. I'm shocked he got these 2 kills. That's almost unforgivable for FPX. They had the Molotov, they just weren't checking for anyone actually being there. Steel doing an amazing lineup and could have easily had 2 kills. A 2-on-2 here for a chance to maybe get some redemption. Chaos.
Deja vu.
Yeah. But again, angle being held. The flashbang will force him back, though. PTR now has to hide behind, which he's happy about. Again, the bomb is working for him at the moment. Goes for a bit of a fight, misses the chance, but again, so much time is just being bought at the moment. Crashes with a very dangerous reload, and that will get him killed. PTR back here.
He wins.
Yeah, he's just got to hide. You can also shoot through this box, Jason, but I don't think Voltage is going to want to try and do that for too much longer. And it's a no-scope kill to take him down. Love to see it. FPX with 9 rounds now. And it looked like a good retake, but it should have even been close. I mean, there's no way that he should have had those 2 kills in the back of the B-bomb site with Molotov on top of him.
Especially because that second kill was like a 90-degree turn to his right after the first kill, and plenty of players were there to punish. It just took a little bit longer. Steel even adding onto a kill that he might not have, probably shouldn't have been able to get, just swinging from coffins when there's no smoke, finds one massive damage onto another. So they got fortunate with a lot of those fights, still can't close it out. Now, the only reason they have even this kind of a buy strung together, or like, you know, eked out, is because of the decision to save a few rounds back in a 4-on-5. Instead of trying to defend and retake the B bomb site, they just backed away, which has given them an AWP, given them a UMP, a FAMAS, and an M4.
That's Voltage again. Let's say for the sake of argument, kind of getting an opening. Putting Crashes all the way down to 9 health. But he's been consistently hitting some of these opening shots. If you're on the CT side defending any map, that should be your key to a really good victory. If you have your AWP just constantly getting at least opening tags, probably even opening kills, you should have more than 5 rounds. They're boosting in the back here, and it's probably going to get Molotov. At least feels like they were setting up for it. There's one, and the second one. They're going to smoke it out, but that just will cause a lot of suspicion. If they go for it here, there's still 50 seconds. They don't actually have to commit. They will with a little bit delay. Sick goes down, and Vanity will fall next, and I don't know.
They've had access to that B bomb site. Has there been a round that the B defense has actually been able to stop them?
No.
Okay. FPX just finding a weakness and pummeling it.
It's not even a B defense, is it? It's just a...
It's B presence.
Yeah. They're just sort of custodians of the B bomb site for a short while.
Here we go. Cam almost gets picked off on the cross. PTR with an off-angle. Voltage is going to keep him pinned down. 3-on-3. There are no kits on these defenders, and now the Kriegs, now the crossfires get put into play. Somehow they brought this into a one-on-one, but it's not going to matter. Even if he gets that kill, I'm not sure he has the time. So 10-5 for FPX starting on the offensive side of Inferno.
Yeah, what a great first half for them. You know, super well done by FPX. Really disappointed with Chaos. I can't even hide it. I'm not even trying to hide it. I think they played terrible first half. We're going to see if they could do better in the second half. I doubt it, but we'll be right back. Well, we're going to get back into it with the second half here. It's on Inferno. First map at a best of 3 between Chaos and FPX, or FunPlus Bears, any of all those things.
Yeah, any name really that you want to throw out there. Bad plus Phoenix?
Yeah. Well, they're playing really good right now. We shouldn't go.
Okay, not go too hard on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're playing great. We're very disappointed in Chaos's defense.
Yeah.
Go back to that?
I don't know. It's gonna have to be a continuous theme. I mean, now they're not playing defensively anymore, hopefully. So so it might be different
until the next map, at least.
This was like watching a whole entire. I think at least 9 out of the first 15 rounds here, or something like 9 out of 15 rounds, they had sort of at least the right idea. They had the right opening kills. They had a lot of things going for them, and all they got was 5 rounds. So I'm just so confused by that. I think it's unacceptable.
Yeah, the initial holds for FPX weren't really all that great. So it made the initial holds for Chaos were not all that great, so it made the retakes very difficult without, whittling the numbers down. It looks like Chaos is going to do something very similar to what FPX did, which is a waterfall out of these holes, but they do indeed just kind of wrap out and jump outside around the world is what we're doing.
They've jumped out and are now...
Strat roulette.
Yeah, they're back again. I think they are running the strat roulette. Well, best of luck to them. They're going to be trying to charge through. Steel is setting up the flashbang. It's airborne right now. And Crashies, he's too close to get flashed. He's still going to be going down. Couldn't really see much thing inside of the smoke. Mitch will fall next, and now PTR alone on the bomb site. I don't know what's better. If he tries to hide back there, then they're all going to come for him. If he swings for the fight, maybe get one more headshot.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
That was a perfect grenade.
It's not going to change the round.
No, I don't think they're going to go for it. I think they still just back away, keep the armor, a free upgrade for Dapper. Jonji's got that smoke that he can bring into the next round. So good pistol round from Chaos. And I mean, unfortunately, this isn't one of those rounds where FPX stacked things, was it? Well, we've kind of started to see a lot of 1-4s on Inferno.
Yes.
This time, there's actually 3 players at the A bomb site, just not able to get anything done.
Yes, what will happen a lot of the times in pistol rounds, right, is it very much comes down to some of those first kills, because you just run out of people eventually to take the fights with. And pistol rounds in general are just, slight coin flips every once in a while. Yeah. Which I think you can interpret that as being a bad thing for the game overall, or you can kind of just embrace it. I like them for some reason. I think they're all right. But I've heard some strong arguments for them not being a part of the game, actually. Like, you could just start with more money and buy,
Stop.
You've never heard that argument? I think...
I've heard it plenty. And
right.
There's a couple champions among the talent crew for that idea.
No, I'm
not opposed. I'm not opposed to the conversation. It's just,
No, I'm a fan of the pistol round. So I think they serve another purpose, I think, which is that because then they don't have any real context to other rounds. They're usually easier to explain to people. So,
Yeah.
You don't have to think about what's happening in a previous round. Or what do you say? Well, here's something that they're trying. And not quite the case later on. 17th round, though, and Chaos winning that pistol round is a slight step in the right direction. And we'll see. There's no guarantee that FPX's defense won't be just as bad on the CT side. That can absolutely happen. You've got to hope not, considering all the work they put in the first half already.
Well, I like this plan that FPX just had. They do a delayed banana take, and they get really aggressive with a lot of utility. Problem is they kept 3 players there for a very long time. CZ needs that kill. It's got the first. PTR must do something magical with the scout. He's got 1 kill. A headshot would be sublime, and it's not to be.
It almost looked like he maybe could have had that on the second go-around. Pretty good effort, I think. I mean, good trading. It's not really... The rest of it is a little bit down to just being fortunate. 3-on-3 now. And I think they could box them in and try and do some real damage here.
That's what they're going to try and do. Maybe take some weapons away right at the end. Maybe just get a lot of deaths. And especially considering there's likely going to be players trying to save in the pit. You can just see... Especially Mitch started to move up into the hallways to get a close position for when the bomb goes down. Dapper's grabbing information, and Chaos is starting to try and find an escape route. Steel might have opened that up, but back to the pit we go. This is going to be very dangerous. The bomb blast, remember, it's on the far side of the bomb site. It won't do as much damage.
No, Voltage was at 28, now down to 10. Mitch, last second attempt to try and do it, and they're all very low on health, but nobody going down. So Stubborn holding on to it there. 10-7 will be the scoreline, and still a little bit away from a buy. I'm seeing 1 HE grenade on Dapper. Can we get another one? Mitch joining the
nade crew, the nade team.
And the third one in Jonji. I like it. 3 grenades, I think that's decent. You don't all have to buy if you don't want to, but 3 is a good number. The magic number?
I don't know, well, there's going to be, 2 nades down banana? There it is. They don't do a whole lot of work, way too far. Voltage was already past it, and the rest of his teammates playing passively. Here comes a MAC-10 leading attack. PTR with the flashbang. It's popped, and Voltage in a lot of trouble. Cam saves his life.
Looking for more headshots here, but not really working out that way. Chaos doing a good job of cleaning this one up. Crashies has been found, and he's pretty much completely boxed in with the USP. He's going to go down really quickly. So a good round here from Chaos, only losing 1 player. And now we see the AWP coming out. And FPX with a chance to answer back. I think 10-8 is again a slightly deceptive scoreline, but let's not judge it too quick. Maybe reserve a little bit to see how this defense is going to be on the CT side.
I was going to say, it all depends too. If the offense, like even just one lucky kill in this round and they control the economy for the next 2 to 3 rounds, that could be a huge boost for Chaos. That could get them right back into the game very easily. That AWP going to be at the A bomb site in PTR's hands. And he's going to have it in Boiler for the moment, held back by a Molotov, but that might not shy him away. Vanity at the edge of the stairs in those halls. Sick now jumping up, and Peter has given it up.
Both work. John G very, very close. Almost looked like he wanted to get flashed through for just a second there. He's got Dapper behind him. Should be a pretty strong defense, you have to assume, over at Banana when they can get this far down. Steel is there with the bomb. He's finally thrown it back. He's going to go a little bit forward. Oh, with the Galil. That actually baited it out somehow. That's a pretty good play coming out from Steel. And now jumping down on this side, Crashies and Mitch will have heard a fair few footsteps, and they're actually calling Dapper over. They're so worried about what's coming. There's still a minute left. That's pretty quick to be making a 4-man rotation to the A-bomb side.
I cannot believe that John G peeked into his own smoke. Nice recovery from PTR. Bring him back into a 4-on-4, but 2 players have rotated away from the A bomb site. This is where the hit's going to come, and here's a crossfire. Pit and bomb site. Mitch has missed a huge opportunity, and now it's all on Crashies, forced out by the Molotovs. Man, a missed opportunity from Mitch and an over-rotation off 1 kill. And FPX has lost control of this bomb site.
Yeah, they definitely have it. What a tricky retake. Trying to get it done, but Cam with a nice headshot, and PTR will make his escape with the AWP. Just back for a look here, but not actually going to go for it. Beautiful round out of Steel. A good double kill. Winning the first one with the Galil, second one inside of the A-bomb site. And some really quick communication as well. You could tell the positions were being called out very, very fast about where those CT players were.
Yeah, I guess it must have been the peek from PTR where he peeks right before that smoke blooms and he only sees the one. He gets the kill, but the rest of mid was empty. And that must have been an alarm going off in his head saying B is going to be the bomb site that's being attacked. That's the only reason I can think of why both players would rotate away. That's a nice flick down to keep the op preserved. But normally you're just fine sending 1 player back. Maybe he plays far back in CT spawn to get hopefully a lucky spam kill and set up a staging area for a retake. That was way too much rotation away from the point of attack.
It was also, I mean, I think, again, that rotation was being made still like 50 seconds on the clock. Like, it's so early that you really don't know what's going to happen. They could change their minds 3 more times at that point, right? 9-10, 3 HE grenades once again picked up here by FPX. See if they could have a bit more luck with it. Gonna throw them still a little bit further behind. Cam taking some damage, but I think he'll be all right. They have that 1 AWP on PTR, and he's being pretty active in looking for it. Not all the way down, but at least trying to be forward with it. I wish he'd be even a little bit more, but still going down though.
That one shot from Dapper took his attention away from the boost, which he was hard clearing. It won't matter too much. The weaponry is still very powerful. They know exactly where Dapper is, and yeah, he's got no chance of survival. Almost gets a kill on Voltage, but this is going to be another round won by Chaos. No. And now it's about getting that up and saving it, but I don't even think that's possible. Yeah, that's a bit of a calamity there.
I mean, even if they get a kill on Sick here, and they might still be in a little bit of trouble to get the AWP. There it is, and Vanity up behind. They actually get a grenade kill on Voltage.
They can go for this.
Yeah.
They have a kit.
Oh, they actually do have a kit. Well, hopefully there's some communication. This is where you expect, again, the leadership from Steel to be shouting, everyone just freeze in place until we're 100% sure what's going to happen. That Molotov will do nothing at all for them. And Vanity, oh, that needed to be a free kill, and it wasn't. Smoking it off could even be a bit risky. Cam will get a good headshot there, which they've really needed. And now Mitch just having to try to escape that coming through the smoke. Actually, just baiting him out, hoping that he takes the shot. What a confusing round for all involved.
I have to imagine, as Mitch tries to just survive, but the bomb is too powerful, I have to imagine Steel was shitting his pants watching that situation.
Yeah,
that play from Mitch to smoke himself off, or excuse me, not Mitch, who was on the flank? Vanity. Yeah. That play to smoke yourself off is so risky. If your teammate goes down, you're in so much trouble.
Yeah.
And there is nothing you can do to stop the defuse.
More than anything, I wish at all times we actually were on the TeamSpeak with
not even the whole TeamSpeak, just Steel's.
Just Steel's. We could get his voice in it. It would be worth listening to. I agree. Grenades doing a little bit to Cam once again, but he's trying to force his way through. The Molotov will make it hard for him to see John G in the corner, and there's no backup. There's really no one there to help him out with that. I think maybe the last round, the reason they even went for the B-bomb site is because even though they lost Steel on the entry, they also confirmed that the ult wasn't there. And that might have been enough just for them to say, okay, we're going to go for it. Crashies with a nice double headshot after they did lose PTR on that side, and that makes this round look really, really good.
Yeah, 2-on-2 at the B-bomb site. They've got a smoke for the spawn choke point, one smoke for the coffins. Here's the attack. 2 players inside the site as well. That Molotov isn't going to do anything because John G is boosted up over it. And Seal, again, going to get hit with a stack. 1 player at the fountain, 1 player boosted up. Good double from Dapper. 4 players survived for FPX on defense.
Which is huge news. Could give them a round lead after having just been tied. Dapper at 18-13. So once again, having a pretty good game, and definitely someone we're keeping our eyes on for the minute here. Interesting to see. Still money to buy on the Chaos side for this round, not so much for the next one. If they lose this one, it's a bit of trouble coming their way.
PTR aggressive with the ult, peering over his own Molotov, but no one is close to peeking into that angle.
I feel like a couple of rounds now, and might almost be happening again. I guess Steel and Cam are jointly trying to take Banana now, but they've been actually trying to take Banana with a single person, almost like a one-man skirmish, just saying, if you're feeling like you've got it, then try and go for it.
I think it's fine to do every once in a while, especially with how aggressive and how fast-paced it was from Cam in the previous round. Sometimes that timing of one player can really mess with the defense. But I think more often than not, it'll be what we're seeing now, which is 2 players working together. Steel is going to turn that corner with a flashbang from Cam. They've got an open glimpse into the B-bomb site. It's going to force a smoke out, and Steel steps in front.
John G, yeah, he wants nothing of this. They're in so much trouble if he dies here. It's done. He just walks right in and takes out Steel, and the smoke making it impossible for anyone to follow it up. The window here was incredible. There's not sure that Chaos could have really known that, but from our point of view, it looked like they had the round if they just went for that 1 kill.
John G missed an opportunity to pick up a smoke. Now he's going to have to battle. He's got another kill. The off, the flick over isn't going to work. Now they've swung wide and he misses another. Dapper just has to survive. Spamming through the smoke, a little bit of damage. And another one to close off the choke point. It's going to be a 4-on-3 retake.
Vanity here, early fight to be winning. Oh, they're right up close. He didn't even realize. I'm shocked that he's still alive, and Mitch goes down instead. What an unlikely turn of events.
Jesus.
Vanity will get the chance to get the AK out to take down Crashies. They should have probably lost both those players right then and there. And now instead this retake, I mean, again, that AWP is so valuable. They don't have the money on the FPX side. I'm so confused.
That is an ugly fight. That is some ugly shooting. And at a certain point, I almost want to just be like, guys, the bomb was just planted. Just chill. Everyone just relax. You don't have to commit to this fight quite yet. You can reset the aim, re-execute, use some utility. Instead, they're going to lose close to everything. Chaos ties it up 11-11, and they have the economic advantage, and they've got a great opportunity to take the lead. Look at this T-side that Steel's cranking out. 6 of 7 rounds.
Yeah, it's looking really, really good at the moment. And so, I mean, the decision, never mind that John G actually got that kill on Steel right off the bat, that is still such a questionable B defense. Our defense is having one guy in CT spawn with an AWP that can get smoked off at any moment, and everyone else is at the A-bomb side. And again, it's so early on in the round that they're making these calls. Yeah,
well, he did transition into the site, which was great, but only able to get the 1 follow-up kill. And again, that one rifle that's meant to keep space for the AWP, much like we saw in the first half with Chaos's defense.
Yeah,
they're not working together. It's kind of like, here's the AWP, let's see what he can get, and this Krieg is just there to be there.
I'm actually
getting angry, aren't you?
I'm getting angry. You know,
all right,
want better things out of both.
Get it off your chest. Go hard.
Can we make them both lose, Jason? Can we say nobody won this map?
We can.
Whatever the outcome is.
Yeah, I think we can do that. I think Flashpoint's given us the power. See, run boosts are always fun. There's no outcome that's not amazing.
Thank you, PTR. I needed that, and he delivered.
It's breathed new life into me.
His head on a pan, some could say. Cam and Voltage. Cam actually being walked very, very close to. Oh, this is dangerous. I'm shocked that he still has a head on that body, and instead it's going to be the spam with the deagle, but he could have been shot almost at any second there. Voltage with the bomb is going to make his way past the middle and see if they want to try and speed it up. Mitch is here with the AWP, and that's an easy kill. Even if he's not the main AWPer here to take down Vanity, that's pretty good. Steel, though, is so close to him, and he will be able to get the kill with the Galil, no problem. Crouching in, he's looking for Dapper as well. He's so ready for it.
Again, though, it's just look at 3 players all died on Rap side, one by one by one. Why is the op not waiting for that player to get to library? You can double peek, so even in the absence of a flashbang, you can at least trade the kills, see what happens. Instead, you run into Steel's crosshair. The next player peeks into Steel's crosshair. And then the next player walks through 5 seconds later and gets killed.
Those are some hard-hitting questions, Jason, that we don't have the answers to, unfortunately.
Cohesion, the name of the game.
Yeah, I mean, at least they are... I think, if I'm Chaos right now, I'm thinking, thank God they also don't know how to play the CT side. Because, I don't know. You know, at the end of the day when we do the blind spot, right, we usually get a call in from whatever team ended up winning the final game of the day. We should call Josh today and ask about this game, specifically this Inferno game.
Especially if they lose.
Well, yeah, especially if they lose, but even if not, I think you're going to get some real hard honesty out of Steel at this point in time.
Do you get anything else out of Steel these days?
No, that's one of his qualities, I think. It's one of the things I enjoy the most. Yeah, run boosts are always good. Thank God for that at least. 12-11 and 24th round here. FPX with a chance to maybe bring it back. 7
of 8 going to Chaos in this second half.
Yeah. Not so good for FPX. Going down in flames, but they're Phoenixes, so that's a good thing, isn't it?
I think that's how the animal is designed.
Surely there must have been a lot of people in League making that kind of a joke. But I had to do it.
Yeah, you had to get your joke in there. Did you really feel like that was the one?
No. It didn't feel good.
Ooh, nice bait of the shot.
Once it's in my mind, Jason, if I don't say it, it stays in my mind, and I'm the only one suffering. And so I might as well share it with the rest of you.
Yeah, and then it just starts yelling at you.
Yeah. At least this way, we're all in it together.
Great. Great. Initial defense at A with the double up setup on the T side. You don't see that every day.
This is a very interesting position for Cam. One good flashbang, he could have set that up. I mean, it's not really his fault. That's still such a cool idea. What a great theory to try and bring down someone in the B-bomb side. Now, if he's going to stick around and actually keeps pushing the issue a little bit, if he gets a kill here or even just stays alive, it's going to be very hard, I think, for that A defense to stay as composed as it is right now.
They've used all their utility. That's the last little piece. There's what that pressure does from Cam. There's the AWP trying to find a pick into the hulls. And you can tell this round is much slower out of Chaos because they have the 2 unwieldy AWPs. Yeah. Now back to the B-bomb side we go. Again, no nades here for the defense. So another test of these B players to see if they can actually fight at the same time.
Look at John G. He's already on half health. He's going to get smoked off, and that's going to make it so hard for him to take the fight. Flashbang is in as well. It's on Dapper. Much of this defense here. He's got the 1 kill, but Steel will take him down. 15 seconds on the clock, and they can't really easily drop him here. He's at such a shallow angle, so even the spam through probably wouldn't catch him here. A 4-on-3 for the retake, though, and now everybody's out of grenades, except for that 1 flashbang on Crashies. That might be the one God Flash to open this up, because if they have to peek it dry, it's going to be a little bit rough. John G going down, and let's see if he can actually do it. He's still thinking about setting it up. Nice headshot on PTR. The AWP shut down. No flashbang ever came through. Steel with a quad kill, looking for the ace, and he will get it as well. What a round out of Josh.
That's unreal. Nice shooting from Steel to get them into that bomb site, crack it open, clean it all up. Even the peek on the PTR, who had just pulled the nade out, that's going to be frustrating.
Yeah.
Steel, probably one of the best fragging in-game leaders we have in North America.
Yeah, he truly is. Again, one of the, I still think it's impressive because you can tell that you can see the level of focus in his game. Just his follow through on any kind of an opening. It's real cool to see.
Yep.
That's also why, you know, the fact that the rest of the defense on the CT side was so disjointed, that was making me upset. But yeah, good job.
We can forget about that now because they're 10 times better on offense.
Yeah, apparently that's where they put all their points into that, which is great.
Is that a role-playing joke?
It is.
You're really killing it today.
I know. It's still early, Jason. Don't worry about it.
2-round lead for Chaos.
We'll upgrade later on. We'll get...
Put more points in jokes?
Yeah, exactly. Here we go, 25th round. Voltage watching for the run boost. Not gonna get another one of those. PTR with the AWP getting spammed through. That does not feel good. And now even grenades are being thrown at him. And he's getting the message. No welcome. We'll back on out. Crashes with CSAT 75. And
which is actually not bad for this position at all.
Great.
Especially if this is a commitment. There is going to be smoke in his face. He always gets aggressive though. And he's trying to pre-aim the corner, wrapping around it. Vanity has provided the entrance, is controlling pit, and over the smoke, the Krieg is near unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Yeah, and that's going to be very hard to fight, isn't it? But what do they really do here? I mean, they have that AWP. They should probably just focus on keeping that alive. I don't mind if the Eagle sticks around for a couple of kills or whatever, but I mean, there's another smoke still that can be used there at Little Pit. Moto?
PTR, he's already backing away. Yeah, small pit, Moto pit.
Moto Pit. Fine.
No one's going to understand that reference. There's a Moto pit and a Moto box in this bomb site.
We have to teach the next generations, though, don't we?
Yeah.
Otherwise, all that information is lost over time. So I'm happy to call it Moto. John G trying to fall back. Mitch as well. Still sticking around for some exits. It's a bit disappointing because even if they get this one, it is just the Mac 10. So you're not going to feel like, yeah, got it. Got another Krieg to maybe try and bring it back. Mitch not even that hyped up about trying to run for it. 14-11. Chaos. I feel like I picked them to win. I picked them to win because of Steel, and he's doing really well. So I should be really excited, but I feel like it's some weird Counter-Strike that we're watching. I can't even really get that excited for it at the moment, just because of how the defense has been working out. I think they're doing great, Chaos. I want to give them credit, and I want to give FPX credit for what they were doing on the T side. They're making decent calls and coming out on top, even in situations they shouldn't win. But
yeah, but I know the feeling. It's just the problem is when you watch it objectively, you're just seeing the mistakes. Like, you still haven't really seen any kind of consistent teamwork on defense, especially at the B bomb site for both teams. Both teams have come into this with very rough, very shattered CT sides. And that's okay. John G gonna push forward into the smoke. That is a risk and a half, and he is certainly gonna go down. See, it's things like that make it difficult to praise the offensive side.
Yeah, I mean, they had 3 people here. That was clearly a plan that I'd rather see that than I would the straight up B defense that just crumbles with, you know, with almost no fight in them. PTR and Dapper are still inside, and that might be a bit of a shock to Chaos. They might just be expecting only for one person to really be here at that point in time. Dapper, he's out in the open, and he was never going to make it back from behind that pillar.
This is the frustration. 3 members of defense on FPX at this B bomb site with nades, with rifles, with weapons and utility, and you get 1 kill out of having 3 players at the B bomb site that whole round.
Yeah.
That is where it gets painful as a member of the team, or as someone just watching it. You're just like, yeah, I'd love to say nice things about Chaos, but FPX, like, and even Chaos on the CT side, both have been not great.
Suffering from that as well.
Let's talk about the positives, though. Let's go back. Let's praise the offense now, as you wanted to do. Praise away.
Steel has got 21 and 15. He is ahead of everybody on the server right now, so you like to see that.
Yeah.
And, I mean, again, they're following through, which is, I think, that is just what I expect out of any team that Steel is going to be captaining. I just don't expect for there to be much hesitation. I don't think anyone is going to want to say about, just wait 1 second, sir, while I'm fiddling around with my rifle over here.
Oh, shit, I ran into the wall. I guess I'm not the entry anymore.
Yeah, I think, I don't think there's going to be anything like that.
Yeah, as soon as Josh cracks through it once, there's really not a second time, is there?
No, and that's great. I actually really love that. 15-11 FPX. They need 4 in a row, and they so far have had 1 round in this entire second half. So 4 maybe not didn't seem like a lot, but if you put it into context, it's not looking good. PTR going down immediately, shot right through the window.
And look at what this opening has provided. Again, they might be counting out numbers as they hear utility using the B bomb site. Vanity, he has to hear these footsteps, surely. Mitch is turning the corner, but Vanity's just going to wrap around him. He's going to take his time, and Mitch could get knifed. He could get killed with a Glock. Vanity has a lot of options on how to get this kill. Knife. Knife, 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 knife.
Good.
Yes!
He goes for it. He had so much time. Crashies, he knows exactly what kind of trouble he's in. And with the Krieg, that is not even a fair fight, is it? John G even reeling his position, and Steel is absolutely ready for that one. His 22nd kill now. And Dapper in a 1 versus 4. And again, as you were pointing out, they get that kill on PTR, they immediately see the opening over the arch, and that's almost a round done at that point. Even just as they get through that archway, it's almost done.
And listen, I don't know if they were able to count nades and say there's 3 defenders in Banana, but it might just be an educated guess based off the fact that Chaos has had success every time they've gone to the B bomb site. So why not just test it? Why not see if there's actually going to be a rotator there? And that's some nice calling. That's an 11-to-1 half of Counter-Strike on the T side of Inferno. So impressive.
Yeah, well done from Chaos. I mean, that was an amazing first map and a good comeback. I still have this weird, weird taste. I mean, it's weird when you're doing the commentary and you're supposed, you want to be hyped up for it, but those CT sides were really not that good. Put me in a despicable position, Jason.
Despicable. Those selfish bastards.
Selfish Counter-Strike players. We'll be right back with the second map. Stay tuned.